So we playing games? Is that what happened in CW? We playing games? I don't believe this. I don't believe y'all got me out here in fit and everything. I don't know if you can see the arrows on the back, but this is my Green Arrow hoodie. Yeah, yeah. I don't believe this mess. What's up, everybody? Will Knight here, I guess. So I didn't just see it. I just rewatched it, okay? Because I had to do it. I watched the episode, then I watched the aftermath, and then this morning I watched the episode again free on the CW app. All right, so Crisis on Infinite Earths. If y'all don't know what that is, it's the DCTV crossover of this year. It's also an extremely famous story in DC Comics history. A lot of people die. It's the story that destroys the multiverse in DC Comics. It comes back at a general point in the comics. I don't know how they're gonna do it for these shows, but it comes back in the comics. But this was the story that just wiped the idea of the multiverse out of existence. So a lot of people die in Crisis on Infinite Earths. That's the point. That's the trigger point. They got to a point in the comics where they were just like, there are too many Earths, there are too many things to keep track of. Let's just force it all together, and whoever doesn't work, doesn't work. Okay? Alright? So, going into Crisis on Infinite Earths, it's like watching a Suicide Squad anything. You have to go in expecting someone to die. That's kind of a fault of the movie that I would say, but we ain't gonna get on that movie. We here to talk about Crisis, because it lives up to the Crisis name. For anyone that doesn't want spoilers, dude, if you haven't seen anything, you want to watch Crisis on Infinite Earths, it's a good jumping off point. That's the best that I can tell you. There are like little hints of things that are going on in the other shows or that have built you up. Arrow's on its last season, and every episode has been building up to Crisis on Infinite Earths. So if you're a little confused about Arrow, I guess I can kind of get it, but honestly, like, I've been telling people this who wanted to watch it that I know personally, the way that Crisis on Infinite Earths works, you don't have to really have watched the shows like you had to with the other crossovers. The reason being because Crisis on Infinite Earths is so big that people come out of the woodwork on the random completely like it's normal. So, like, if you just know these other shows exist, Supergirl, Flash, Arrow, Batwoman, Black Lightning, Legends of Tomorrow. If I'm forgetting one, then I'm forgetting one. But as long as you know the shows exist or that things exist, well, you're good. You might not know everything or know who everybody is, but you're good. Honestly, Crisis, it's such an isolated thing that you should not have to worry about that. And they tell you pretty much dang near anything that they say that they want to talk about. So, yeah. Is there anything else non-spoilery that I can say? Because, I don't know, it was a good jumping off point. So, if you don't want spoilers, that's it for you, okay? I'm going to give you a good 5 seconds right now, starting from back when I said it. If you still on the video, you gonna see me wild out a little bit. But it's going to be spoilery, so you good? Alright then, so we got to have a talk, CW, because somebody out there is messing with me, alright? Now, I know what I just said. Crisis is a big event and all that good jazz and whatnot, but we cannot start off like this. Like this? Okay, so y'all know how I say a crisis destroys the multiverse? They ain't playing games. By the first 10 minutes, 6 universes are gone. Gone, boy. Let me rap to you real quick, right? 6 universes. Earth, there are an infinite amount of multiverse. No, I believe the Arrowverse has 858, it said. Like, in one episode, they said that they had, like, close to 900 universes, specifically, or something like that. Out of them, there's, like, clusters of universes that are closely related. which is where the idea of like in Crisis on Earth X, Supergirl says there are 52 universes. What she meant by that, and then she found out later that there were way more than 52. The 52 that she was talking about are like closely related universes, okay? So that means that 1 through 52 are like relatively close in the multiverse map of whatever. That, not that that matters, because Lord. 6 of them are gone by the first 10 minutes of Crisis on Infinite Earths. Before they hit commercial break, they said 6 of y'all gonna have to go. One of them was gone before we even got to the Crisis event. Earth 2 was gone in Arrow Season 8, Episode 1. Okay? The first episode of this season, Earth 2 was gone. Okay? Then we had, if I can go in order, Earth 9, which is the Titans universe, which personally, I'll say, look, congratulations on whoever got rid of that one, because I got my issues with Titans. That's another whole video, though. Earth 9, it's just the Titans universe. That's gone. Then we went to Earth 66, I believe, which is the 66 Batman universe. That one's gone. Earth 89 is gone, which is the 89 movie Batman universe with like the bat nipples. Earth X is gone. Yeah, Earth X is gone. Earth X not being Earth 10, but like it's like an X because no one wants to go to that Earth. It's the same Earth as the Crisis on Earth X event where it was just like Nazis won World War II. I'm trying to think because there's another one that's just like gone. Let me see here. Which ones are gone? 89, 66. 9, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 6 Earths. All in all. Alright, so I might have gotten mixed up. Yeah. Alright, so I might have gotten messed up. There are 6 Earths that are gone, not 7. The 6th one being Earth 38, which is the Supergirl homeworld, which dies at the end of this first episode. The mess is crazy. Okay? Crazy. To think that, like, a big hitter like Supergirl or whatever would be hit in episode 1, that's crazy, man. I don't even know how y'all put that together. But y'all did. Alright? So, look, y'all did it. Y'all had the iconic scene from like Superman the movie, like the first Superman the movie, where they sent off baby Superman to Earth. They recreated that with Superman and Lois Lane because they just had a baby in Supergirl. So they put him in a rocket, and I think they literally did it quote for quote, the lines when they sent him off, and I was just, oh man, y'all messed up. That's crazy. And then they started pulling the heroes to try and like fix things, like to fight off these, they called them like these demons, these evil things. I'm gonna call them wraiths. These evil hordeless enemy, nameless horde enemies that were trying to fight them off in the episode. I don't really care for nameless enemies, so I don't really care what they called them or whatnot. But they pulled over Arrow's daughter, who came back from the future or was sent back from the future. They pulled Supergirl, Superman, Flash, Atom, and White Canary of the Legends of Tomorrow, and then Batwoman. I think are like the main people that they actually pulled for the Crisis. There are other people that were there, like Martian Manhunter is there, and Brainiac 5 is there, but like they're like background characters on Supergirl, so I'm not even gonna really get into that. But they had them fighting these nameless enemies. What really gets me is that throughout the shows, the Monitor has been like contacting certain people, right? He's been in contact with Arrow and Flash the most, because the proclamation is that Arrow and Flash were supposed to die in this crisis, and yeah, it's just like, wow, that's quite the statement. There's an explanation on like why the Monitor doesn't like talking about what's happening or like how they can stop the crisis, and he's basically like, y'all been having it way too good. Y'all over here think that if you know what's coming, y'all can fight whatever's coming out, but that's not how this is. This is a crisis on infinite Earths, my guys. Y'all over here trying to find ways to stop me. If you don't know what's coming, you gonna fight like it could be your last day. I was like, bruh. Ugh. Which, like, I mean, it's one of those things that you can kind of understand, but it's so frustrating to see because, like, you hate to see it because honestly, like, you've been watching these shows for however many years. Even if you're just starting off, that's at least like half a year's worth of time because this is December now. So you think that they can do anything. That's like that's the promise of a superhero show. You think they can do anything, but that's not the case here. Monitor is like, bruh, can any of y'all stop the universe from being torn apart? A universe? This is all the universes, man. Like, I can't even do this, and I beat y'all without even trying. So like, that being said, like, I don't, ooh, crisis. This is wild, man. I ain't never thought I would see a Crisis on Infinite Earths. So my point being, the Monitor has like barely talked to anybody, but I gotta say, Batwoman and the Legends, they got it dirty because he ain't said not a word. I don't even think they've seen him yet. Like, Supergirl has seen him, Martian Manhunter's seen him, Arrow and Flash dang near talk to him on a daily basis, but they just got thrown into this. Batwoman was in the last Elseworlds events, which is where we met the Monitor for the first time, but she never met him. And the Legends just weren't a part of that event at all, so they have no idea who it is, but they were just told, hey, saddle up. It's time. Get to fighting and punching people. And I'm like, goodness gracious. Can we get some more of the Legends besides Adam and White Canary? I mean, not that, though, they're not cool, right? But the thing is, out of the Legends team, if I had to pick two people, I mean, Sarah and Ray are pretty cool. They're like the OG Legends, so that's why they're there. Like, in case anyone was wondering, they're two of the Legends. They're the two Legends that never left the ship. Cause Heatwave is still there, but he did leave the ship in season 1 for a good period of time. Yeah, they're the only two original Legends, I think, anymore. They could kind of count Heatwave, but like I said, he left the ship for a good little bit in season 1. So, yeah, they're the only two that have stayed there from the very beginning. I get why sentimentally they're there, but, like, you have people that can shapeshift, people that can control the wind, people that can turn into a man of steel, literally. I'm just saying, like, we got some more people that we could call to fight some people. There's a touching moment where the pod that Superman and Lois Lane shot off got sent to another Earth 19, I believe. So they did some retconning. In Legends Season 1, there's a point where they go to the future of Star City, which does not sync up with the future of Star City that they've set up in the Arrow show now. Characters exist, but it doesn't sync up with that episode specifically. So they now said that it's a different Star City on a different Earth, so they traveled through space and time instead of just time. And they ended up going back there and meeting an old man Oliver Queen, who I guess is starting to have dementia because he doesn't remember meeting Sarah, and he definitely met her that episode. because Sarah was confused that he didn't remember her. Yeah, so baby Jonathan ended up there. So White Canary, Brainiac 5, and Lois Lane went to go save him, and then they just had a touching moment where Sarah reminds Oliver that he is a good man on any earth. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, everyone else is fighting to protect this quantum tower, they call it, to stop this wave of energy that's destroying planets and universes as it encroaches on Earth 38, which, as I already told you, did not last long. Yeah, so they had this brilliant idea to save everyone on planet Earth, as much people as they could, by getting every alien on Earth to help evacuate planet Earth and then go through this portal to Earth 1. So the heroes are just fighting off to protect this quantum tower, which is starting to fail because the energy is just getting so impactful. And I'm like, bruh, I get what's going on here, but this is a lot. This is a lot. I gotta say that I didn't necessarily jive with that part, but I was just like, okay, that's a lot. That's a lot. Anyway, we go through. Oh, and before this, we have a touching moment where Arrow gives a suit to his daughter. I don't know where it came from, how they managed to get it or whatnot, or who, but somewhere along the line, she got a suit. He won't carrying it with him the whole time, but somehow she gets a suit. But it's fine, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Shoot. That's not the point. It's a touching moment. All right, father-daughter, you're carrying on my legacy, blah, blah, blah. As we're fighting through, the monitor is like, this Earth is lost, and starts just pulling people, right? Just pulling them. And he pulls Flash and Arrow last. Arrow gets knocked down, his bow gets knocked out of his hands, and the monitor pulls the Flash as he's screaming out for him. Okay? Then we go through, and Arrow's just like, is everybody evacuated off the planet? And the monitor's like, nah. He's like, it's not time for me to go yet. I'm like, okay. So Arrow decides, because he's now run out of arrows, he just gonna charge this nameless horde of ghost demon wraiths and fight them till everybody gets off the planet solo. So next thing we see, because it cuts, we don't even get to see that fight. Next thing we see is him on a stretcher, cut up, bloody, on Earth 1. Monitor talking about some, well, because of what he did, 1 billion people at least managed to escape through the pod before the Earth was destroyed. His sacrifice, 1 billion. And I'm like, sacrifice, excuse me? They go through and kill Oliver Queen in the first episode of Crisis. The first episode. Arrow is gone in the first episode of Crisis, which is wild because it was just like the executive producer, right, was just like, we've been talking about killing Arrow since Elseworlds, which is the last crossover, a year ago. We told you he was gonna die. I bet y'all didn't think it was gonna be this soon. I was like, heck no, I did not. In fact, matter of fact, I thought they was gonna beat it somehow because the whole thing is about Flash. At least this season has been about Flash and Arrow being like, can we beat it? Nah, we can't beat it. We gotta get on board with the monitor. Blah 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 blah. And I was just like hoping that there would be something out there, something to give them some hope. But nah, Arrow's gone. He said Flash was gonna die in this one, so you know what? I'm up for grabs now. This video is about 20 minutes long, and it's gonna be unedited because I don't even want to. Arrow is gone. That's wild to me. Y'all, Crisis Part 2, watch it, I guess. I don't know.